after reading this book, it's so good. You kind of remind me a bit of myself, but you're making money and I'm not. Hey guys, welcome to Totallyevelyn. I'm here today with a really amazing guy, and it gives me great privilege to welcome in person Anthony Joseph.
Thanks a lot for this beautiful introduction.
Today's video is a bit about the same type of thing as I've been speaking about all along to my audience, is feel the fear and do it anyway. People are so frightened to do something new in their life. And after reading this book, it's so good. You kind of remind me a bit of myself. You're making money and I'm not.
Yeah. It's funny, it's like everyone who reads the book, they were like, when we were reading it, we felt like you're talking about us or about me specifically. Yes. And it's just like, this is a phase that everyone goes through in life where they're really feeling lost and there is no more motivation. You never know, you start doubting what's the purpose of your life. You know, you're so unhappy and miserable where you are, but you're too scared to leave everything and go because it's still the comfort zone.
Yeah.
So many people say, you know what, screw it, what's the worst case scenario? Let me go try somewhere else. Worst case scenario doesn't work, I can go back here. And some other people will give you a million excuses why they cannot go and they have to stay there.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between people. Actually, that's the difference between the courageous and the
non-courageous.
That's it.
So many people that are actually in their comfort zone.
Correct.
And they're frightened to move out that comfort zone in case they think that they're going to lose. But
and they will blame the country, they will blame their parents, they will blame everyone around them except them. And some people will say, okay, I'm in this situation, I need to get out of it. What should I do? Yeah. So that's the difference between people.
And
that's it.
But what about the excitement? Because when you first came here, you didn't think that you were going to work here. You just came for holiday, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't planned at all, but once I came here, I saw the opportunity. I saw like, this is one of the cleanest cities I've ever seen in my life. The buildings, the infrastructure, everything looks beautiful. It smelled like money.
Yeah.
Money is here, opportunity is here. You just need to learn how to grab it. That's all what I needed.
How do you grab it?
How do you grab it? It's like distinguish yourself from others. You know, in our industry we have almost, I totally lost count. Like 3 months ago we were 24,000. Now I think we're anywhere between 27 to 28,000 agents.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you that 80% have no idea what they're doing.
Yes.
And then you have, from the remaining 20%, you have 10% they're doing really good, and you have 10% that they are smashing it.
Yeah.
You know, and the problem is like, these companies are just recruiting anyone from any background. Do you speak English? Great. You have phone? Great. That's the database. I've used the hell out of it. And these guys, I keep calling these databases. Hey sir, I'm calling you for your property. You want to buy it? You want to lease it? I'm your guy.
Yeah.
And what is the person doing? Hanging up the phone, blocking them, reporting them, whatever. And the sad part that they keep repeating the same stupid method, thinking that it's gonna eventually pay off.
Yeah.
Which is madness.
Yeah.
So anyway, like there is a massive blame on the companies, especially on the management side, because apparently these managers need someone to manage them.
Yeah.
And this is why it's like you see this specific small niche of agents that they are killing it. Why? Because they're bringing in value, they're bringing in knowledge, they're sharing the data, they're speaking about how people can leverage on their investment. Others are just wondering how the others are doing it, and they're just staying in the industry because they have the story, oh, my friend came with no experience, made a sale, made 100 to 300,000, whatever that is. So this is the main dilemma we are in here. Now you tell me how you want to make money. Making money is not that hard, and making money is only the result that you will take after doing a good job.
Yeah.
If you show up every morning, if you are a very hard-working person, but you don't have the techniques, the tools, doesn't matter, you're still not performing. You can be extremely busy, but doesn't mean that you're productive.
Yeah. No,
You know what I mean?
what you
So
mean.
there is mega difference between the stuff.
So
And this is why there is lots of institutions, there is lots of academies, whether local or online or physical or whatever. There is books, there is tons of stuff people can start with it.
Yeah.
I'm not answering you this because I'm trying to promote any of my service. End of the day, whether it's a book or my online academy or my physical academy, they're not even 1% of my business. I just did it for the fact that I am too annoyed by being put in the same caliber as XYZ, that they have no idea what they're doing, and I need to speak a lot to prove myself that I'm different. So I'm like, maybe I can change the game a bit, because once people start respecting the agents, it will elevate it for everyone.
Yeah.
But as long as he's talking to these guys, eventually he will have a very bad idea about agents, and he will say these guys are clowns.
Yeah, no, I absolutely respect it, and which is why I really respect you as well, Anthony,
Thank
because I really do, because, and not just because of the book, but like, I think going back, I bumped into you and you were in off-plan project, I was there as well. There was 3 times that I maybe just sort of, we had to cross paths.
Always quickly.
And, but it was more for the fact, I just think that you've got respect yourself for people. Whereas a lot of people have got only respect for getting the money.
Yes.
And this is where I found, like, you know, that, like, I found that it was very different when I came to Dubai, because I was real estate as well back home in the UK.
Yeah.
And I was reminded on a daily basis, you can't talk to people like this in Dubai. It's not the way you work. You have to be blunt. But there's a difference between being blunt and polite and respectful.
Correct.
So I just always have to come back to being who I am.
Yeah.
And I love people, and I'm not just wanting people for the money. So that's that deep thing that you're talking about as well. It's like,
the way I see it, like everyone is selling something.
yes.
These guys, they want to do a sale of a property that, regardless if it fits the requirement or the needs of their client or not, they will sell it because this specific developer is paying certain amount of commission. They will not give the actual property that this person is looking for because it gives less commission.
Yeah.
When it comes to myself, I'm not even selling any property. I tell the guys, you're going out with a friend doing property shopping. We're spending a day to have fun.
Yeah.
I don't care if you buy or not. You're coming for one property, I have over 20 property.
Yes.
Okay? So this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I enjoy talking about Dubai, talking about our city, and seeing the reaction on the faces of these people. Even though I've been doing it for almost 9 years, but still I enjoy when I tell everything about Dubai and people look at me like, wow. Or someone will say, oh, that's too good to be true, there must be a scam, or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I enjoy it, I enjoy spending the day, because end of the day, I believe in the city. I invested in city and properties, into companies, into employees, into multiple stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not I'm here, I want to make this sale to take that commission. I don't care about the commission. I'm here to give you a solution for whatever you have. I want you to make money so you can introduce me to your circle, and your circle will make money, and this snowball will keep growing and growing.
Yeah.
So if you see it this way, you will never fail. If you're just here to make that money, you will always fail and you will be miserable for the rest of your life.
Yeah. That's so true, isn't it? If it's just money that you're interested in, then you're just going to be going to bed thinking money, 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 and then waking up with the same horrible feeling. But going back to that part, when it comes to people, you know, how much, well, when do you realise, if you're such a nice person as well, looking after people, but when do you realise that your time is precious as well? So how do you...
This goes all to qualification.
Yeah.
So now, also, you need to set the limit and the borders. If someone is seeing you as a tourist guide and wants you to cruise in Dubai all day, doesn't work this way. How do you handle time wasters? I have a calendar, and it's a paid calendar. So if someone is coming to me, I don't know them, they're not a referrer, they just texted me randomly by saying, hey, I want to meet you for properties, I send them my calendar. And half an hour is paid, 1 hour is paid, even a tour in Dubai is paid. But whenever you purchase this property, I will waive it all. How do I classify people? And this is the most important part. There is specific question. All of these questions has to be asked in order for someone to filter down even the options that you're looking for. So for example, let's say even £1 million saved and you want to buy a property of 10 million and you need a mortgage, I will tell you immediately it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You need to increase your down payment or you need to go in a way lower category of a property. Agents do it a bit of annoying way. Immediately they will look at the person who's like, what's your budget?
Oh, I hate that.
Someone tells you, I'm looking for a townhouse and I want this townhouse to be on the beach. Tell him, great. So there is this area, the other area, and this area, they have these kind of properties. This area is ranging in this price, this area is ranging in this price, and this area is ranging. Which area do you see yourself in?
Yeah.
Tell him, this is for £1 million, this is for 5, and this is for 10 million. Which place you see yourself? Tell you, oh, the 10 million is too much. The 2 million is okay. I'm also fine with the 5. We already filtered down the option. That's the category of the person. We knew what's his budget without telling the person what's your budget.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So that is way of talking. So when you're gonna just sound as an annoying, pushy salesperson, no one wants to be with you. But once you are sitting down as the actual specialist that knows in each area what happened in elevation and prices and rentals, what happened from the release of the project when it was off plan, how much it appreciated until it was handed over, who are the caliber of the people coming from it, what's the demographic of that area, then people will listen to you. It's like, oh, this person knows what he's talking about, you want to stick to him. It's really important sitting down, asking the right question, having a nice conversation, because once you qualify the person, you will know. I had so many times people that I met in January and I closed in September. But I knew it from day one. I told them I need a 6 months bank statement in order for me to get you this mortgage. You need to increase your income or else you cannot find this one. So I managed their expectations and we ended up doing the deal. If it was someone else, maybe they would say, oh, these guys are time wasters. They're not even eligible to buy a property. That lead, remove it from the CRM.
I know, it's strange that you're saying that because I've had a few clients exactly like that I've kept with them. I've actually kept with a client who I'm meeting tomorrow who came to me away last year. His mum died just at the time when I was going to be showing him property.
Sorry to you.
I know, it's such a sin, and I said to him, look, there's plenty of time. I just kept in touch with him and now he's coming back, and somebody said to me, oh, he's never going to buy that. And I'm like, no, you know, just give him the respect.
I had so many times. Even I had a case on a developer, I will never forget it. Even the salespeople and the manager of this developer told me, please don't bring this person again. He's not a buyer, he's a time waster. So long story short, met this person for a property that was gorgeous. It had a very prolonged payment plan. He wasn't liquid enough, but his wife fell in love with the property. And every 15 minutes she's giving me this puppy eyes, like, please get it done, like, do something, please get it. So I knew it, like, as long as the wife wants the property, there is no way she will let him sleep until he gets the property. So we met over 8 to 9 days, every day, until eventually it happened. There is cases where you know that the deal will happen, it just needs more molding, and you know that sometimes this person is just too nice. He doesn't want to buy, but he doesn't want to hurt you by saying, no, I don't want you, and he's dragging you. So you just need to learn it, and basically in order for you to learn this, it comes with time and experience. Failing is the best teacher you can ever have in life. They don't teach you this in universities or school. You have to practice it, and by the time you will start sitting down in a room, after 5 minutes you will say, these guys are buyers. These guys are just speculating. These guys, they have a small intent. You still know how to classify each person by having a 5-minute conversation.
Let me ask you a question actually about misconceptions, because I find that we love to buy. Like, we've been living it and breathing it and we love it. But people are still got this attitude globally. Some people, like UK, I'm from Scotland, so they're very creatures of habit. And I always feel that maybe they still have this notion that it's undervalued. And so how do you get over, like, people that ask, like, really sort of, I know they're probably in the category of time wasters if they keep asking these same questions, like, negatively about Dubai.
Give me a question.
Like, oh God, because it's a Muslim country, you can't do this and you can't do that.
Do what?
Like, you
You
can't.
cannot drink?
I know.
Alcohol is everywhere in the
Yeah.
city. You go to websites, you order it, it comes to your house.
Exactly. Yeah.
You cannot do what?
And you've got to wear this. You've got to cover up. I said, but you've just got to cover up when you go into the mall and things like this.
Have you seen this?
No.
Have you seen it anywhere? Like Dubai is so dynamic, it's more open to anywhere else in the planet. They have very specific rule which it should be implemented everywhere. They tell you, you cannot drink and drive, but you can still drink and take an Uber and do whatever you want. And this should be implemented everywhere. They tell you have to respect everyone, you cannot give the middle finger to anyone, and you cannot curse someone. This should be everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're telling you cannot do drugs, which should be
It should
everywhere.
be everywhere.
The rest of that, you are here free to do whatever you want, whenever you want.
Yeah.
So what kind of restrictions we're living in Dubai? Nothing.
None. I know, I'm totally with you. I actually think it's amazing. And I think here
Yeah.
that you've got more freedom here than what you've got anywhere else.
Seriously,
You know,
it's,
I just
and
think-
we're not saying it because we're living here. We're living here because we're feeling it's such a freedom that the
Yeah.
city is giving us. Like literally, there's nothing is restricted on us. So
No.
this kind of guys, they just want to have a conversation.
Yeah.
They just want to have a debate. This kind of people, it doesn't matter what you show them.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They will still always have it. Okay, and I know exactly what you're saying because we used to do lots of road shows. We used to go to London a lot, and I had lots of people coming and saying, "My friend got screwed back in 2006 from this developer X, Y, and Z." And I'm like, I believe you, because I know for a fact that escrow accounts didn't exist until 2012. And the government made sure to do it, so you are not paying this developer directly, the money is going to an escrow, so God forbid, for any reason this guy cannot deliver, doesn't matter what happened to, your money is safe and secured in the escrow, and it's gonna go back to you. Oh really? When this has happened, I just told you, 2012, that was 10 years ago.
Yes.
Oh really? I didn't know that, exactly,
Yeah.
because you're not looking, you're not asking. You're still listening to your friend that paid a 5% or a token payment back in 2006,
Yeah.
and now you just build this idea that everyone is a scammer.
Yeah.
Let me tell you another example. So the developers, we used to go with two developers over there, and one of these guys used to tell them, okay, I'm gonna give you 3 payment plans. One is the property will hand over after 3 years, and I'm gonna give you 2 years post handover. So you pay me 20% each year for 5 years. Done.
Mhm.
Second option, I will allow you to pay me 1% per month till the handover.
Brilliant. Mhm.
Okay, till the handover,
Uh-huh.
and on handover, whether you want to finance it, you want to take a post handover, do whatever you want. And people started at me, why you're only taking 1% per month? There must be a scam.
So it doesn't matter if it's
Whatever you
good, it
do.
doesn't matter. It's
But
just-
there was a category that they loved everything that we were talking about.
Mm.
And they were asking me smart questions. They were like, okay, we are not Muslims. What will happen to my property after I pass away? I don't want my brother to take it.
Yeah.
I want it to go to my son. I'm like, okay. In Dubai, there is the British court where you can go, register your property,
Yeah.
and call your inheritance whoever you want, whether your son, your sister, your mom, you do it. Oh really, that's it? Yes. Can I do it remotely? Yes, that's the link. Okay, I like that. The second objection is like, okay, everything you're saying is great, but don't get me wrong, how can I buy a property without seeing it? I'm like, okay, is this the only reason that's stopping you from buying? They were like, yeah, I'm like, great. Give me £2,000. I'm gonna book you
Uh-huh.
3 nights in Dubai and a flight for yourself and your missus. You come to Dubai, we're gonna go show you the project. If you love it and you're proceeding, this £2,000 is already, we're gonna waive it from your installment, it's already paid. And if you don't like it, you have spent 3-4 beautiful days in Dubai. How about that? They were like, yes, we like it. And we used to bring people.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm telling you. So that was a guy that is interested, bit of skeptical,
Yeah.
removed all of the objections,
And
he
he did.
ended up doing a deal.
Yeah.
And there is another person that doesn't matter what you do to them,
Yeah.
They will never buy. And we have these people here locally.
Yeah.
You know how many people since I came, they used to tell me, oh, Dubai is gone. There's no future. Everyone is living from Dubai. Look, JBR apartments are empty. This is empty. No one is renting. And then COVID happened and it started exploding. Oh, it's a bubble. 21 was a bubble. 22 was a bubble. What will Expo do to Dubai, even though Expo tripled up the income, you know what I mean? And even now they will tell you, oh, it's too late to come in the market, it's already overinflated. This person will never enter the market.
No.
He's just giving his subconscious excuses to him to feel better.
Yeah.
So this kind of people, they shouldn't even be on your list.
Well, I've got somebody, just as you were saying that, I had somebody that has been in Dubai for 15 years, and I offered him a project for his daughter.
Yeah.
And I said, this is a great time to buy. It really is. He said, yeah, I know, understand it's a great time to buy, but what if this happens?
Yeah.
The same thing that happened in 2008, and all the cars were left, and this, that, and I said, but 2008 was the same across the globe.
These people will never invest.
Just that fear, again coming back to the fear, which is the topic of the conversation, I suppose. Stepping out.
Let's call it not fear, ignorance. Yeah. And it's not their fault, you know what I mean? So we go into life thinking like, yeah, it's beautiful to have this 9 to 6 job, whatever it is, and then just to find any girl or man, vice versa, and just get married, love will come later, have a child, and they'll always tell you with every child, blessing will come, but the actual truth, with every child, bills will come.
Yes.
And they're hefty. And especially in our generation, they're really shooting up. So this is where men usually tend to start getting credit cards so they don't feel like they're a total failure.
Yeah.
And they're not men enough in front of their wives.
Yeah.
And this is how they stay all of their life in the minus scenario. And it's, you know what I mean? And let's keep going and going and going. And whoever tried to tell people like, no, there's another way to do it, mostly people try to bash them because there's always, this is a scammer, this is not right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because their mind will not believe that whatever this person is doing is right, even though they're a proof in case.
Yeah.
They just want to believe what their parents told them, that they learned from their parents.
It's like people's attitudes, even young people will say, oh well, that's okay because my mum did this or my granny did this. It's like, well,
Mom and granny, that was 60, 70 years. What worked there is not working today. Actually now, especially this past few years, I'm feeling life is becoming so quick that every week you need to learn something new.
Yeah.
It used to be at least every quarter. Now every week there's something new. There's new technologies, there's new services, and you have to stay on top of it or else you're going to be wiped out.
Yeah. I've got a lot of clients who's asking about the golden visa, and some really positive people that have got money, like they've got money, they've been entrepreneurs in the UK, and really switched on, saying, I'm going to have a golden visa in Dubai, I'll have a golden visa in Spain, I'll have a golden visa, like, I'm not going to live in the same country, I'm going to move around and just have the best life ever.
Yeah.
I'd never thought of that myself. I always just thought, right, well, it was a big move for me to come from Edinburgh to Dubai. But then to think that, you know, opportunities are amazing, like they're global.
We live in the best time in the human history, and all of us will be super connected through a phone. Need to go out, need to have fresh air, need to leave the heat, need also just to relax because like the competition in the city is fierce, and you just need sometimes to shut down, to relax, to recharge your batteries, or you're gonna be ending up fully burned out. Yeah.
I heard a really amazing thing today. This guy who's a billionaire met up with someone in a restaurant, and the guy was so nasty to the waiter. He says, I'm not doing business with you.
Yeah.
I loved that, and I thought, well, that's nice because it's the people of, I think it's the workers of Dubai that are deserving more respect from people.
Of course, but also regarding the saying or the quote that you're saying, he told them, I'm not going to do business with you because this guy is giving him respect because he's a billionaire. If it was the way others, he would have treated him in the same way. And so it's about how you treat people says a lot about you.
Yes, definitely.
This is against hypocrisy, you know what I mean? Because like you can pretend to be nice to people, but if you treat people like shit, you're not even a happy person. You're not satisfied. You have your own inner issues that you need to fix it before doing any business. You know this saying when someone's like, oh, you only had one job and still messed it up. If you have a better way, tell him the way instead of you tell him you only had one job. Just make him feel 2 or 3 times worse than what it is. Yeah.
So Anthony, I come from a generation of a big family, 3 brothers and my little sister. So we're talking about, you know, how people can be, they have to be thick-skinned.
Yeah.
I had to be thick-skinned in my family.
Of course.
So we all had one job and you screwed it up. I mean, my oldest brother said to me once, you must have stole that degree because there's no way you could have it. I've got a degree, I've been sitting on my mum's mantelpiece, like pride of place, and he was arguing with me one day and said, you never got that through hard work, you must have stole it, but people would take, you must have, I mean, people would take that to great offence. I mean, I just know what it's like. That's him being big brother, kind of like nice in a way, but any outsider would look and think, oh my God, that's so disrespectful. But it's just because I was always that kind of flamboyant person in the house and always like making mistakes.
I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Have you ever been criticized by someone doing better than you?
Yes.
Have you?
Criticised by, by somebody being better than
someone doing better.
No.
You
Never.
always get criticized from people
absolutely
doing less. Let me tell you why. Because whoever is doing better doesn't even have the time to look at your life. They don't care. They just focus on their lane. They just want to do theirs. And speaking of billionaires, I hope one day you meet lots of those billionaires. But once you sit down and you have a conversation with them, they never mention money. Most of their talk is how to be a happy person, how to be a calm person, how to spend your time with the loved ones, and most importantly, they will tell you, they don't work to make money. The money that they make, they use it to reinvest it to grow their wealth. And that's the different mentality, because people think it's like, if I work this 15 hours, 20 hours, this is the actual stuff. And I was guilty about it. I was killing myself with work. But then I felt it's like, okay, there's something not matching in here. If I'm gonna be doing this all of the time, eventually I'm gonna end up losing my health. So all of this money that I made, I really need to pay it back to try to fix what I can fix from my health. No, that's stupid. This cycle, there's something wrong with it. So this is where you get between you and yourself and the self-development, and you start understanding, okay, I have $1 million, I have $10 million, I have $100 million.
Yeah, it gets to that stage.
It's the same. Seriously, like, I'm not saying 1 million is equivalent to 10 or is equivalent to 100 million. What I'm saying is like, how much do I really need in order for me to live a life where I don't have to worry about bills or whatever that is? I make this portion, I work, I don't know, put a target, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, I make this money, I invested in this investment will give me this kind of returns. Okay, I'm set, now I can focus on what matters, which is human interaction, conversations, showing love to others, whether friends, family, or whatever that is. And this is the actual wealth.
That's the end goal.
Like if you're gonna spend all of your life running after money, nothing will be enough, and you will end up to be the most miserable person on the planet.
That's true.
And again, if you say money is root to all evil and you want to stay with, you will stay broke all of your life, and eventually when you will need it the most, it's not going to be there. So just do something in between where you can be fair to yourself, to your pocket, to your beliefs, and to everyone around you.
No, that's so true. I always do in the mornings, like my rituals, like to fill myself up. I always do that. And I always do the high five in the mirror before I even do anything. Like, because it's like more about, I'm really grateful for being healthy.
You should be your biggest fan. If you're not that, who's going to do it for you?
Definitely. And my why's always been for me to come here to Dubai leave a legacy of life
Yeah.
for my kids back home, so they learn and are inspired. If mum can do it, I can do it.
Of course.
You know.
It's something super beautiful and noble to do, to be very honest. Because end of the day, how many are we? 8 billion? From this cycle, how many will go to the, I don't know, history books? I don't even know a percentage, but I know it's gonna be a fraction of 0.0000 something. So like if you can end up to be doing something great for yourself, for your kids, for your family, and maybe potentially and hopefully for humanity, that's beautiful. That's something, wow, to be remembered for the years to come, you know.
So who inspires you? Who do you listen to when you're like?
I don't have a specific person. I keep jumping from people to others, but there's a very specific niche. I look at the people in my own category, which is the business and self-development. There's a lot of people that I interview on my podcast, and they say something which, I don't know, makes me feel like yesterday I was doing a podcast with a guy that he is a cancer survivor, and he used to be that fuck boy that had this crazy wild life, you know what I mean? And when this hit him, it didn't break him, it made him so much stronger, and he shifted his life to living healthy, peacefully, trying to spread love and happiness as much as possible. And this guy inspired me. So it's like there's not one name I can tell you, I look at this person as he's the God, because no, whoever used to inspire me 4 or 5 years ago, when I met them face to face, I'm like, they got nothing on me, to be very honest, except that they've been working for 20, 30 years,
you've got that.
more than me. So, but there's a lot of good acts that happen in life, and these guys inspire me. I get inspired by my wife, I get inspired by my brother, I get inspired by walking down the street and just seeing a total stranger trying to feed a dog or a cat. These guys inspire me.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, like seeing the signs of success by flashy houses and cars, and it doesn't mean anything to me at all.
No, I get that as well.
So when I came to Dubai, I literally had nothing. Okay, and the first common stuff you see in here that people are wearing very nice watches. And first I started saying, oh, that's stupid, I will never pay $10,000. Back then they were $10,000 a Rolex, not now. Like, I will never pay this much for a watch, come on, doesn't matter. Then I started understanding the philosophy of appearance and how important appearance is. So I got the Rolex, then I got 2, then I got 3, and I ended up having over 10. And then I went into cars, and there was one brand that was my dream. I got 2 of those.
Which one?
Overs.
Oh, that's
Come on, that's the royalty. That's the royalty car. So I bought all of the cars. I bought all of the watches. I bought all of them. And then after all of this, I look at these. I'm like, these give me happiness? No, they're just feeding my ego. They're putting my dopamine. They're giving me this shots of dopamine. Now, do I need them? No. Do I want them? Yes. But this is not the ultimate happiness. And it goes back to the smaller stuff, which is having decent friends in your life, decent partners, whether a wife or a business partner or, I don't know, partners as like people you can collaborate. You need to have proper family. And when I say family, it doesn't have to be like a blood family. Sometimes family is not blood, it's like experience and years of being together. This is the true happiness. And all of the stuff I just mentioned to you, which whether the cars or the watches or whatever, this is like a decoration to your life, but they're not the pillar of your life.
It's not, And as long as you're doing it for you and not for everybody else, because I find that some young people tend to think, oh, I feel so, insecure if I've not got the correct watch, not the correct trainers, that goes back from...
in my case, I always used to say I had watches, even I had fake watches, and I don't mind saying it, like I don't care. And I was looking at it all the time, saying one day I'm gonna have the real one. I'm looking at you, I'm gonna have the real one, I'm gonna have the real one, until I got them.
But it must make you quite emotional when you actually get it, because for me, with the struggle, you've struggled, you had the sandwich and the, I wonder how much that costs. Your little sandwich that you have for your lunch.
Tell you what, I came from somewhere that everyone tells me you must be extremely proud of what you have done.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I haven't done a lot, but for me I still feel like there is so much more to do. Why? Because now take me back 8 years and tell me after 8 years you will have all of this, I would say you are out of your damn brains, there's something wrong with you, or you're drunk or whatever.
Yeah.
But it happened. So if that happened, why not 10x it? Why not 100x it? But not losing myself to reach that goal.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying what I'm building.
Yeah, and that's the most important thing I feel.
And what I'm building, and if you look at all of my social media, what I'm getting from giving all of this knowledge and sharing and sharing it, nothing but just the self-fulfillment that I'm changing people's lives without getting anything in return.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, if I made it and I come from a broken family, I lived all of my childhood in a fucking basement and a civil war, where if anyone looks at me in the background and say, this guy, we just hope he's gonna barely make it in life. And I made this. What's stopping you? Coming from a good family, good schools, good education, good everything, you can make it too.
Yeah, no,
and that's all what I'm doing.
No, I'm totally inspired by you with that.
Thank you.
I really am.
I'm really happy.
I love it, and I love it because you're just from a normal family. Like, as I said, like where I was brought up, as I told you that I have 3 brothers and a sister, and I just always feel that you would be judged back in the day as well for not having certain things from certain people, but it's having your own heart, your own soul, your own journey.
Yeah. Trust me, you will be judged and labeled from everyone that sees you as a threat or sees you that you don't fit their own criteria.
Yeah.
Whether it's a family, friends, whatever it is, you will always have this one. And let me tell you something. We have this saying in Arabic, it's very well known in Arabic. It says that life, you have a full road. And once you are walking in this road of life, you will have dogs barking on you left and right. So if every dog will bark on you, you need to stop to pick up one stone, to throw it on this dog, you will never reach your destination.
Yeah.
These are the distractions in here.
Yes.
And this can be everyone telling you. It can be a stranger, it can be a best friend, it can be family, it can be a cousin, doesn't matter. So what you need to do is like knowing that you gave your best every day and you have no regrets and you have great conscience and clear conscience. Keep walking your life. No one will understand it, no one is in your shoes, and no one is even supposed to understand it. Whoever matters will stick to you whether you're up, middle, or down. And the rest of that, don't worry about it.
And it's so nice, isn't it, that to think like that as well. I remember my friend when I came here, I'm one that never asked for anything. When I got here, I thought, oh, this is not what I was expecting it to be. Like, it is blood, sweat and tears.
It is. It's very, actually, the competition in Dubai is fierce. And let me tell you something. Now maybe you have 3, 4, 5, 10 friends. Doesn't matter what the number is. When you're gonna start leveling up, you will lose half of those. When you level up more, you will lose the half remaining. And these guys, what they will label you? They will say either you're lucky, you got lucky, or you got support from someone, or something happened in your life that made you what you are. They will never give you
credit.
Yes, that you did it, you cried, you didn't sleep, you read books, you watched videos. They were not giving to you. Because in their mind, only the lucky people will make it in life. This is the conception that they have it. And to reach a point that maybe you will not have anyone next to you. And this is why they tell you it's always lonely on the top. Because sharks cannot meet on the top. Each one wants to swim in his own pond or whatever. But it doesn't matter. Better be like lonely on the top than being surrounded by so many other miserable people and feeling miserable about yourself. So
that's so true.
Don't matter. Like every level in your life, a lot of stuff will be removed and a lot of new people will come in. And it's the same. In every level in your life, you will have the bad people. You will have the people that they will put you in a terrible positions or terrible situation, and then you will have the good people that will uplift you. You go to a different level, it will be the same people but new faces. Nothing else. Trust me. I'm telling you. I've been doing this for a very long time. It's just the faces are changing. Nothing else.
How is it when you go back home? Like, so obviously in your book you say that, you know, your mum did everything for you. Like my mum was the same with my brothers. You know, like the girls had to do the work and the sons were.
But back home they overdo it. It's like, especially in Lebanon, like your mom can be doing your food, the cleaning, everything, even if you're 40 or 50 years old.
Yeah.
They overdo it. That's the way that they show love.
Yeah, it's nice as well, but at the same time it doesn't make you...
She's amazing, but it doesn't make you a man, because in the book I say, if you want a boy to become a man, remove him from his mom, and this will be the transformation.
Lovely.
Yeah. When I go back, I have the mixed emotions. First of all, I look at places, brings so much memories to me, and I'm like, oh wow, we used to do this here and there, you know. And then I enjoy being with them. I feel peaceful because you don't have this rush of the race.
Be yourself.
Yeah, you can wake up whenever you want. You don't have even to look at your phone. Like when I go to home, I just put it on airplane mode. I don't even look at it. I just spend this 5-6 days peacefully talking to them. There's not much that happened. City is not doing good at all. The country is in very deep shit. Sorry for my language. But still, it gives me like a nice feeling going back home, seeing family, seeing friends, and just like appreciating everything that I have.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
They must be very proud of you.
They are, and I'm also proud to see them looking at me this way. It gives me great satisfaction because, don't get me wrong, when I was living there, I was feeling between me and myself that I'm a loser.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So when I started everything, I did everything the total opposite of what I was living. When I came here, I changed my life. I let go of parties, I stopped smoking. Drinks, maybe I barely take 4 or 5 drinks a year. Not a day or a month or a year I take. So I totally changed all of my life, and I'm happy for that.
That's so good. And the thing is, Dubai does that to you, isn't it? It's not as accessible to go and buy alcohol. I'm the same. I used to have drinks when I was back home, but now I'm quite happy.
No, I can have alcohol any second I want. I don't want to have it anymore. No. I understood that this is a legal poison that they are selling it to you for you to get sick. Even though I love KFC's, McDonald's, Burger King, I don't touch it. For me, it's a fucking poison. You know what I mean? Even if I fancy a burger, I make sure that I take it from a better place, not this $2, $3, $4, $5 places. I make sure I'm eating clean because I need to eat clean to feel great, so I can work out to even feel better than to be productive in my day. Have you ever seen someone that is binging all day on TV, watching series all day, eating pizzas, having beers all night, waking up the second day happy? Have you ever seen everyone wakes up like, oh fuck, I have the headache, I have the hangover, I can barely talk, I can barely do this and that. And when you reach our age, you don't even recover in one day. Sometimes it takes you 2 days to recover. Like, so what for? Just to have an extra laugh that evening for another hour, destroy myself for 2 days. It's not even worth it.
It's not worth it.
That's what I'm saying. So I decided I don't want all of this.
But when you go back home, do you just do it? I do.
I know, it's like everyone back home smokes weed. They look at me and it's like habit. I'm like, I don't enjoy it anymore. You know, they look at me like, oh, so you're better than us. I'm like, no, I'm not better than you. I'm still the same person. But I don't enjoy it. But if I was living in here, I would love to smoke from morning to evening. But now I don't feel it anymore. It's different.
That's good. No, that's good.
Yeah.
It is. It's good for good inspiration for young people that are just at that loss, you know. But getting back to you've got now, so you moved here after you stayed with your uncle, and then you moved here. And then got the real estate, and then eventually made it in real estate. But now, excitingly enough, when I first arrived here, I was like, this place would be amazing for short-term lets. So It's brilliant because you've got prime estate.
Yeah.
And
When I started real estate, I jumped into the hotel apartment because it was an untapped market. No one really knew about it. So I came in it and I did amazing. I really smashed it. But then I'm like, okay, it's paying me 50,000 dirhams a month. I need to increase my income. So I went into sales. When I went into sales, first year it was terrible. It was a joke. I did maybe 4 sales in 1 year.
really,
Yeah, it was tough days in 2017, trust me. Like, if you had a client for a studio, we would just like grab into this person until he finished the deal just to make 4,000-5,000 dirhams. Because now you don't even make this and rental you make 10 times more. But anyway, when I started doing amazing and off-plan, I always told myself, how can I be different? How can I maximize the return of these investors? Short-term rental.
Yeah.
This is so I always had it in my heart, and this is where I started the company back in end of 18, December 18,
Yeah.
January 19 we were fully operating, and from there
it's
it's
been
what you see.
Yeah.
It's been
That's
really
good. But do you think, like, I know you do off-plan, do you think, like, off-plan's a good way to get into more than secondary market? Do you think?
No, off-plan is only a very good way if someone is not liquid enough. They can buy a property and just do it on this easy installment. Or if there is a new master community or a new building that they need this specific view and layout, you cannot buy it in secondary. If you want to buy it in secondary, you'll be lucky to find it. And if you like it, this owner knows the value of his property, he's gonna inflate the prices.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that off-plan is better. Now, you tell me, if you just want to buy randomly, would it be good to buy today and make money today? Or would I freeze my money 4 years? Definitely I would buy it today.
Yeah.
Even though I have the two, I have off-plan and I have ready, but I wouldn't go to off-plan unless if there's a new development, specifically I need a layout, I will go. Rest of that I will buy ready.
Yeah. You want me to wrap up? We've basically burnt out the camera. We've been chatting so much. I'm going to ask one question and then I'm going to go after that. Right, as a real estate broker myself, where would you say is the best way to sort of make money? Like, would it be more
fix problems,
off-plan?
find solution, doesn't matter
All the
what you're
time.
doing. Fix problems. Everyone is coming here for a reason. Some people are coming here as a relocation. Some people are coming starting their own businesses that will end up to be a buyer. So you just need to know about everything, about finances, about company formation, about due diligence, about communities, numbers, how to get someone a visa, whether it's green, golden, I don't know, we have 20 visas. Just know it all, and the money will come later, trust me, and it will come in ridiculous amounts. You will not even know what to do with it. Just focus on getting knowledgeable. This is the most important, whether you're doing secondary or off-plan, doesn't matter.
Yeah, brilliant. And just the very, very last one, I'm going to say the cameraman. Bear with safety in Dubai in comparison to other countries in the
Don't
world.
compare it to anywhere in the world.
It's brilliant,
This is the
isn't it?
safest place on the
It
planet.
really is. Yeah, that's why you can just go about and wear whatever you want.
Wherever you
You
want, do
don't
whatever
have to
you want.
worry.
There's nothing in this city. It's the safest place on the planet. It's been like that for a very long time, and it's staying like that for a very long time as well.
Amazing. Oh my God, I've had a really nice time talking to you.
Same here. Thanks a
Thank
lot
you
for
so
coming.
much.
Thank you for
Thank
coming.
you very much. Nice to talk to you. It's a wrap.